Get bent, you little turd. I can't handle Hunter anymore today.
Also,
Hunter, give me your shirt.
Welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, recorded live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Good morning, Vietnam. Fuck you guys.
I expected better, I gotta say.
I don't know.
This is a great funny beginning.
Hey, Hunter. Hey,
Smoked
Hunter.
you like a rack of pork.
You a bitch.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I am.
Folks, welcome to the Beacon House Podcast. We have one of our classic guests, possibly our most frequent guest, is finally back on the podcast and in the state of Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Shipley. She's here today. Thank you.
Oh, you missed me.
Turbo Nerd 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Nobody said we missed you. You just showed up today, so why not? So what's going on today, folks? I'm by the way, I'm your host, Spence.
I'm Casey. That's Hunter.
I'm Hunter.
I hate you so much.
So yeah, we've got Jordan back. Jordan, you've had some adventures since we last talked to you. You've been to California.
That's true. Went back to visit my family. Got a couple of funny stories out of that one.
Let's go. Let's hear
Okay,
it.
so my favorite one that I got out of that story, Joshua, if you ever listen to this podcast, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to tell the story anyway.
Good.
So my dad is...
Nobody's judging, bro. Nobody's judging, bro.
I'm hella judging. I'm hella judging, man. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Never mind.
Nobody else is judging.
Let's get on with the judgment.
So my dad is doing his laundry, and he finds one of his T-shirts, like, kind of tucked in between the laundry. I don't know. He's found it tucked into a weird corner in the laundry room. And it's a dark red T-shirt, and it's just filthy. It's gross, and they can't figure out why. It's like gummy and weird.
I can tell you exactly why.
This is
Oh yeah. So no, my dad actually
Preemptively,
later on finds his actual T-shirt in his room and realizes my brother, who is 16, has a near identical T-shirt.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
top of the episode Jizrag story from California, though, which means it's like probably an organic, totally natural.
Having seen the way my brother eats, I can assure you not.
It's quinoa based.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, who smashed a dragon fruit with my T-shirt?
Casey, this is maybe the most lost I've ever felt in an episode.
It smelled like kale.
No! No!
I'm more concerned why you got your face that close to it.
The entire shirt was ruined. I'm sure it just
The whole
permeated
family,
the whole
they're
room.
like, can somebody tell me what this is? Everyone
There's
smell
the
this.
inside of a dragon
Everyone
fruit
smell
for
this.
you.
Oh, disgusting.
Let me see.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Everyone,
Folks, in case you didn't know, the inside of a dragon fruit is white with little black spots.
ooh, it's terrible.
Oh my God!
Don't Google inside of a dragon
If I was
fruit.
your brother, I'd be so mortified right now. That's fantastic. Oh,
What a beginning.
Ouch.
Oh,
But to kind of frame the whole thing in.
doing a sock like normal people.
Let's just go ahead and end the episode, guys. I'm sorry. I started out too great.
People will still like Raiders if it starts with the stone.
Conceptually, the
Rolling.
episode has pretty much ended already.
Can we call this one dragon fruit?
No, just no.
Casey.
No, it's cum rag.
No.
We
So-
finally found Spencer's line.
So wait. So to kind of frame it, you realize we have to upload this to Spotify, you fucking troglodytes. So
These are the friends you choose.
to at least kind of frame this in, because someone listening might have an intellectual foundation. Like, to kind of frame this in, so you were there when your family found this hidden in the laundry. He chose to hide it,
I honestly don't know. I don't remember the details.
or was it just thrown in with the rest of
I
the
think
laundry?
it's kind of thrown in with the rest of the laundry, and my dad just kind of happened upon it. And he was just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, he and my mom were both handling it, looking at it.
Oh God, there's a fantastic scene in the movie Sex Drive, which I've gone on and on about, like where the kid is going through his adolescence and discovering his body for the first time and all this stuff, and the family keeps coming in his room, and like they have all these encounters too, where they pick up his laundry and they're like, "What is this? What's going on?" Or the condom flies into the mom's hair or something. There's a lot of so. That was just it. There was a big shock. There was a big scare at the Shipley household.
Yeah, but we never told him. He doesn't know that we know.
No,
He knows
because you
now.
would fuck if you would fuck him up if you confronted him about that.
I know, or if he just found out that you talked about it on a podcast.
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
the
know.
type of thing to just leave alone.
Yeah, no,
That's
there's
for the
like at
campfire
least
10
30
years
people
later.
that listen to this podcast.
Ooh, I'd say that's pushing it. But now 6 more people know.
You said stories. Are the rest
Like,
of them
that
out
makes
there?
me-
That might have been my
But
best
wait a
one.
second. Wait a second. So he was never told about it, but you became privy. Did they bring you in on it and go, Jordan, come look at this?
Yeah, well, I didn't personally see the show. I think this
They're
might
like-
have actually occurred before I was in the state, but they did. They brought me in on it. We're just like, hey, listen to this hilarious thing we found out that Joshua did.
They were like, hey Jordan, come here and look at this. Why does it look like snails were wrestling on your brother's t-shirt?
I want to.
It's so good.
I want to switch and talk about how many fucking analogies you have.
This is why we need a camera, by the way. I caught something, and the world will never believe
I
it.
know. For the first
Damn
time,
it.
you actually lifted something. So
Ouch!
anyway, how many fucking analogies do you have for like jizz load, jizz
As
spot?
probably as many times as I've jerked off in my life.
Whoa,
Koala tears.
Oh no!
that's about enough. That's about enough. Jordan, what other adventures did you have in California?
Oh Jesus Christ!
And are you going to eventually let your brother hear this episode?
Oh yeah, probably.
I want you to
Send it to him.
I'm gonna air it at Thanksgiving.
What's his
Continue.
name?
Oh my God,
What's
that's
his
too
name?
early.
Joshua, shout out, little bro.
Listen, Josh.
It'd be his Christmas
Holy
present.
shit.
Look, first off, no fucking judgment, dude. You're
No,
at that
everybody
age.
does it.
No, dude, and this is not going to be nearly as embarrassing as most people's stories. Howard Stern, famously has a story which he told on his Sirius XM show or whatever, and his live specials where when he was an adolescent and he was learning to, he was sailing those waters. He would use toilet paper from the bathroom, and he didn't know what to do with it, so he was trying to take it down the hall past his parents' room and throw it away or flush it down the toilet. And one day he was going down the hallway, and he's like, 15 or something, and his mom comes out and sees him carrying this big wad of toilet paper.
Oh.
And she goes, Howard, and he has to pretend a sneeze and buries his whole face
Oh,
in it
No!
and pretends to blow his nose and sneeze and then take it into the bathroom and throw it away so his mom wouldn't know what was going on. So, again, no
And then
judgment.
take a shower.
And then, take 5 showers probably.
Yeah.
So, it's not an easy path for anybody. And you looking back on it, you're going to find it funny. And also, I'm sorry your sister sold you the fuck out on a podcast. But we're on your side, dude. We're on your side.
If I ever meet your brother, I'm going to be like, is this the one?
I only have the one brother, man.
I know, but
It's
I'm still
still
going to
gonna
be
be the
like, is
question.
this the one?
Anyway, he'd be like, dude, I got you a new t-shirt. So, Jordan, what other adventure?
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says world's greatest dad.
Oh my God. You're horrible.
I want to talk. Hey, Ferg, can you get up a shirt that has snails
Ferg
wrestling
listens
on it?
and don't dare tempt him. 'cause
Please,
he'll-
please. Just two snails wrestling.
You- he had-
No, just get a shirt that says world's greatest dad and then just have a couple little semens heading toward each other. A couple of sperms. Whee!
I got nothing.
And then have an arrow that says right here, aim
God.
right here.
This is first story of the episode, right? Already, I can't believe it. Oh my God. I just can't believe
This
it.
is going to get more views than Sean Ireland.
Nothing gets more views than Sean Ireland.
Sean Ireland's going to come back for his third foray, though, and you got to top this
He's going to
story,
be like,
Sean.
guess how many shirts I've...
Oh, dude.
He'll bring them.
Has anyone been following Sean Ireland's commentary about the football season UT is
Oh,
having?
yeah. He made a comment yesterday that
It's
said,
incredible. It's incredible.
if you let these virgins beat you today, I'm going to roast everyone who wears orange from
Including
here on out.
dogs. Including if I see a dog wearing orange, I'm setting it on fire. He went all the way in. Shout out Sean Ireland. So, Jordan, other stories from California.
Well, this one isn't even remotely as funny. It's more just a fun fact. My best friend Hannah taught me how to make lumpia. It's a
Who?
one of my best friends, Hannah, not your Hannah, other Hannah who
You
lives on
should
the
have
West
led
Coast.
with this
Banana
one
lumpia.
first.
But they taught you to how to make what?
Lumpia. It's like Filipino egg rolls.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
fucking incredible.
How do you know what it the fucking is?
Andy. Shout out Andy. He makes banana lumpia every now and then, and I it's Christmas for me. It's the one time that I'll be a horrible diabetic and just dive in.
I don't even.
I like how you think that's the only time you're a horrible diabetic. I watched you eat sugar cookies the other day.
No, yeah, but I can count the carb on that. I don't know what he does to those. I can't account for that with my insulin.
I have no
intake.
idea what banana lumpia is, but it sounds like something from the Will Ferrell movie Elf.
You know, it kind of does.
What the fuck is it?
So I don't know what banana lumpia is. The one that I had was made with pork, but it was like, so it's like rice paper or some shit like that. And then the filling was made out of like pork and carrots and like all other cool stuff. So you like put just like a little dab on the rice paper, and then you roll it up, and then you use like this flour water paste to seal it shut, and then you deep fry it and you eat it, and it's fucking incredible.
Maybe that's what was on your brother's shirt, was that flour water paste.
He did not go with us.
Okay. Sorry, dude. Trying to bail you out there, bro. Anyway, so how is it? Okay, so how is that different from a normal egg roll?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's Filipino.
It tastes different, but like I don't know what the difference is. I got no fucking clue.
Get bent, you little turd. I can't handle Hunter anymore
Oh,
today.
also,
Hunter, give me your shirt. I hope you know that's going to be the joke the rest of the
Casey's,
podcast.
that's probably the blurb. I can tell you right now, I could see myself in the future going, yep, I'm looking for that one. I want to look on here. I see which measure it was. It was 362 or something like that. Fucking incredible. Casey's feeling a little stressed out. Can he borrow your shirt?
I can now also confirm, given that my sister recently got a job at McDonald's, I can confirm that our coworker Dan raving about the Stroopwafel McFlurry was 100% on point. It is every bit as good as he said it was, and really, it's my only reason for living at this point. So, given that they discontinued it, I don't really know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It's a Stroopwafel McFlurry.
McDonald's recently did this ad campaign where they featured in America things from McDonald's in other parts of the world that we don't normally get, and that was, I'm assuming, German.
It was like Netherlands. I think.
Netherlands.
Yeah. Like, you ever had a Stroopwafel? It's like a waffle caramel cookie.
Sounds like a weird sex thing.
I mean,
Come here,
yeah,
baby, let me give you a
that's the blue.
Stroopwafel.
That's the blue waffle.
At this point, no, don't nobody Google that or do
What?
blue waffle.
No, don't do that.
Okay. So anyway,
Be like, hey, baby, give me your shirt. I'm going to give you a Stroopwafel.
he's gonna keep going. He's gonna fucking keep going.
I'm gonna beat this horse to death and then bring it back until it's funny again.
I appreciate that. So, but you did. I never got one. I never had.
It was amazing. Like, imagine a caramel McFlurry, but not bad.
I don't even know if I remember what a McFlurry tastes like. Honestly,
Casey.
That should be one of your biggest McWorries, honestly.
Honestly, the best like frozen treat I've had recently.
don't let her get away with a pun like that. I deal with this shit all the time. We work together.
You used one worse than that earlier.
I did. I did.
I can't remember if we were recording or not, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. Anyway, go on.
It's the best and weirdest frozen treat is Chick-fil-A has like. It's like lemon ice cream milkshake.
Frosted lemonade?
They have I hear
good,
but there's like milk ice cream in it, so it's like, how's this not curdled? I guess they blend it together really fast, and they did one with lime. And those are really good, but they're also concerning because usually that's what people drink to make themselves throw up when they're drunk.
Oh, jeez. I hear they have a weirder one at Chick-fil-A even than that, where they sell these creamy frozen Bibles.
Comes with a free T-shirt.
They discontinued the T-shirt when they found out what it was used for.
Oh man, this is another.
Wait a minute. I mean, you heard about the kid that? I don't know if
Do we go?
What are we
I don't
talking
know if I
about?
want to go here. McDonald's. There's a kid that like, I think he was like 19 or 20 years old, so not really a kid, but it was like he had a video of him going around fucking a McChicken sandwich.
Oh, God.
No, I remember. And they put it online and whatever, and they got in trouble or something. Yeah. Papa John's had one like that a long time ago.
Oh my God.
Not that any of us know anything about that restaurant, but where a guy was it Domino's or somebody where the guy was like he put a video online of him like taking a bath in their dish sink or something like that, and it went viral. So like any of these companies
Just
could
like
be
that
torpedoed immediately by the employees.
But I don't think this was
it-
an employee. This was a person that went and bought one and then went home and.
Well, that if anything, that would just boost sales. People would be like, "That looks comfortable."
It's like, it's the next.
my
It's
God.
Honey, go-
American Pie 4 McChicken sandwich.
Yeah, honey, go pick up 4 or 5 of those. Let's see what happens. Poultry guys.
But swingers?
No, stop.
Poultry guest.
Stop. So any other news from California?
Not really. Oh, I got my dad to start saying piss poor. I don't know if I told you that story already.
Yeah,
that's great.
Shout out our friend James. I don't think James listens, but he's pretty upset about the football this year.
Poor James.
James.
We love you, James. Like, I still think it's hilarious, but I'm sorry that you're sad.
And I wish James for all the people, if anybody listening also follows my Instagram, recently there was a picture of me with Alice Cooper on Instagram, and it was 100% because of James Cooper, who has been on tours with Bruce Springsteen and done all kinds of. I mean, his dad is like Springsteen's. We're going ahead and reveal it right here. James Cooper's father is Bruce Springsteen's front of house sound designer for like the last 20 years. And so James is somewhat of a legend in like the touring world and whatever. Big deal and wonderful guy, and like he's done so many wonderful things for everybody like that. But he's super into football, and the team's just not living up to their end of the bargain lately. That's all I'm going to say about that. James, our heart goes out to you, buddy. No shit. We really do. Like, I hate seeing you be down about the team and everything. Well, but when he starts to come back, it's fucking funny. And when he's in a good mood again, it's great because he really tells it like it is. Last week after the game, he said, if I could go take a shit on the 50-yard line right now, I would. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say about when we lost to the Mormons.
My favorite legendary James quote, and Spencer knows this story by heart because he was there for it, but James recently attempted the milk gallon challenge where you chug an entire gallon of milk in an hour and then have to keep it down for the next hour.
This is the kind of champion that our friend James Cooper is.
Yeah, so I'm following him around with my phone open to Wikipedia. There's a Wikipedia page for the milk gallon challenge, okay? Google it. I'm following him around with my phone open to this page, explaining to him all the reasons this is not physiologically possible. 1, the human stomach is generally only made to contain a half gallon of liquid, and 2, milk expands as it is digested. This should not be possible. Oh. And he turns around and he looks me dead in the eyes and he goes, there's a little thing called anything's possible.
Oh, you gotta love that.
He did it. He fucking did it.
He kept a gallon of milk down for like an hour.
He had to shit.
Did he have milk?
Oh yeah, he shat for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't throw up, but then there were residual effects beyond that. But he did win the challenge. He
definitely put his appendix to work that night. That's for sure.
Something. Yeah.
It was unfucking believable. I've never seen anything like it. I'll never doubt him again. Well, actually, that's a lie. But
yeah, it's so. I mean, I don't know, James. We love you, and God, don't ever go away, please. You're so entertaining. What else is going on, you guys? Anything?
I didn't go see It Chapter 2 this weekend.
I have not seen it yet. I've seen some kind of shitty, not like we're supposed to go into it, but just the general response seems to be a little negative.
Yeah, everyone says the first one was better. And I think, honestly, I've never agreed with any movie review ever. So all the negative reviews, I'm just like, perfect. This just means I'm going to like it even more.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys heard about how Julius Caesar asked his friend to go see the second It movie?
No, how?
He said, It too, Brute?
I can't respond verbally. I made a face. I made the face Dorothy makes on Golden Girls whenever Rose says anything. I made that face. I often make that face to Jordan.
I live for it, honestly.
It's like a cross between, do you have any idea how horrible you are, and I wish I would catch on fire.
So
it says that.
There are times when I see Spencer, I start timing myself to see how fast I can get in to make that face.
Well, I will say Bill Hader went on interview recently and discussed the picture that was floating around of him and Bill Skarsgård in the It outfit, where Bill Hader's kind of cowering backward, looks like he's disgusted.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
And Bill Skarsgård's kind of lurching at him. And what it was, apparently, that picture was taken right at a time where Bill Hader was talking to Bill Skarsgård. Apparently, they talked a bunch between takes. And he was like, man, I love what they did with your eyes. Like the CGI and like the stuff being able to move your eyes like that. Like, it looked so real. It was intense. It was crazy. And Bill Skarsgård goes, oh, you mean this? And then makes his eyes do like the look two different ways kind of thing. And that's the picture they captured of Bill Hader reacting to that in complete disgust because he thought it was fake and it was CGI, but it was 100% Bill Skarsgård.
I thought it was fake too. That's pretty dope.
No, he can move his eyes like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, so that weird one eye off, that's actually real?
That's a real thing that Bill Skarsgård can do.
Neat. So wait, is it Bill or Alexander Skarsgård?
Alexander's Tarzan.
Alexander Skarsgård is...
Of course he is. You didn't even have
he's
to
in
think
True
about
Blood.
it. You were already thinking about him and his little loincloth, his little cheated business.
There's about 4 or 5 Skarsgårds.
Okay.
The dad was the professor in Thor.
Oh, yeah,
and
Stellan
Avengers
Skarsgård. Okay.
Is the dad. Alexander's the oldest. Bill Skarsgård's the second oldest. And then there's another one like Terrence Skarsgård.
How many
like that.
fucking Skarsgårds are there?
Oh, dude, there's like 8 of them, and they're all actors and actresses.
They're like the Baldwins.
Except better.
But good.
Yeah, they actually have awards.
Yeah, you're like, that Tarzan.
Yeah.
I like it when he took his shirt off
fucking
and
real
came
good.
in it.
No!
All right, everybody. Sorry, we had a little bit of break there. We're back, and we're back with a fifth member of today's podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Leanne Hill. How's it going over there?
Hey, it's pretty good.
Leanne
up,
Hill,
guys?
she's holding down the fort over in Nashville, just a little ways from Knoxville here, and she is a constant listener. She listens to all the episodes of Beacon House, and she is an old, dear friend of mine, a musician, a professional. Ladies and gentlemen, Leanne.
I will say this is the first time I've ever met Leanne. I've never met her before.
Shut up.
And you are?
We go way back. Leanne was in the...
You look like you'd be a banana or something.
Yeah. She's in the Valerian days that we talk about so frequently. Also, now Casey and Hunter are sharing a microphone, and you should see it. It looks cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He lets me come on his shirt.
And we still have Jordan Shipley here. Jordan, let everybody know you're still around.
No.
Okie doke. So, somebody, what are we going to talk about?
Hunter, hold my pocket.
Casey, throw out a topic here. Let's get something going.
Man,
Any of you guys watch NFL at all?
No.
No.
not much.
I have a life.
Anybody listen or hear about Antonio Brown?
No.
And how insane that man is?
No.
I've heard about a little bit about that, but
What's going on? Tell
all
me.
I know about is Aaron Rodgers, and
So-
he can call me anytime.
Antonio Brown.
Wait, Aaron Rodgers? Who's Aaron Rodgers? Super hot guy? Athlete?
Most NFL fans do not like him, but
Aaron Rodgers. You
he's
like
pretty
him?
good.
Green Bay quarterback?
Yeah.
You like him?
Oh man,
You like him because he's talented or because he's hot?
because he's hot.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Everybody Google Aaron Rodgers. This is a hot man, I'm told. It comes to me on high authority that he is a hot man.
There are a lot of eye rolling going on.
Yeah, you might want to have a shirt near.
So Antonio Brown went from the Pittsburgh Steelers to Oakland Raiders with Jon Gruden, who was supposed to coach Tennessee, but they actually went to Oakland
And
Raiders.
people have already been going, hey, we saw Jon Gruden in West Knoxville. Like, he was with a realtor. Like, it's not ever going to happen.
But he didn't like the helmets. He wanted to wear the old Oakland Raider helmet, and they had new ones coming in. So they said, no, we have these new ones coming in. So he decided not to go to practice or meetings. So they fined him $50,000. He was like, whatever. And then more shit happened, and he got in the face of the GM and told him that he beat his ass and talked a bunch of shit. And then they fined him $215,000 for that.
Jesus.
And then he illegally recorded a phone call between him and the head coach, Jon Gruden. And then finally they released him, and he immediately joined the Patriots. Like, same day.
Holy crap. So
It was insane.
Isn't like $215,000 to a football player like $2?
Yeah, it's nothing. But I
Depending,
think they're
yeah.
also going to withhold $29 million if he didn't play in multiple games.
Well, I know in basketball, the referees, like if you get a technical, it's like $20,000 per technical. And I know some of the famous games with the Golden State Warriors, the coach Steve Kerr, when he really gets mad at the referee, he'll go out on the court and he knows, and they'll go, oh, Steve's getting his money's worth. And he'll, like, if they already give him a technical, he'll just go out on the court and get in the guy's face. And they're like, hey, he knows he's already paying, so he's going to get his money's worth, you know? And they have to drag him off the court. Like, he really loses it.
Which I find it interesting that players get fined money for certain things in football games and basketball games. And yet people still think that pro sports is just about the money. It's like they have to perform better and behave better, or else they get that money taken away from them. So I think in that context, it might actually be more interesting to watch pro than college.
Okay. Now, going back to your guy, this Aaron Rodgers guy, you say most people don't like him?
A lot of people think he's really whiny, which
you
is
seriously
probably valid, but
What?
Do you seriously not know who Aaron Rodgers is?
I don't think I do.
I don't
I don't
either.
really follow
But
football.
he's
Discount
in some
double check guy?
Discount double check.
Yeah, he was in those commercials, you know, the discount double check thing.
Oh, yeah, because of all the TV I watch, you asshole. I don't know who the fuck it is, okay?
He's
But
the dude that you
also-
came in and said looked hot when you saw him on the commercial.
You know what, Hunter? You know what?
He wasn't in an episode of Veronica Mars. I forgot.
Love her. Do you know how many people are watching it now? So many fucking people are watching it now.
It's
And
so
then
good. It's so good.
Is it? Am I right?
Shit, it's so good.
It's so good. It has so many dimensions. I had to go by on the way here. I had to go by and see my right arm, Alea, who she's been on the show before because we were doing some work stuff, and she had it on when I got there, and she was like, "Man, nearly near the end of season 3." And I took her the movie. I was like, "Just go right into this,
Dude, as much as it shows its age, the only thing that I don't like is the green screen cuts with the cars where they don't have a big enough fan, so her ponytail's just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
going 50.
Oh yeah,
with the top down.
Not a perfect show by any means, but perfect because it's not perfect. You know, like so good, dude, so good. How far are you?
We're only like 5 episodes into season 1. I think
Oh, my
that
God.
Amanda Seyfried's mom killed her. That's my theory, right?
Dude, you're gonna get so emotionally invested in it. Like by season 3, you're just gonna be you're gonna have a box of Kleenex.
Dude, when they did that memorial and
Dude.
they showed all the like crazy shit that she was doing, and the mom was just Mr. Freeze on her for it,
Yeah.
and the dad was crying, and I was like, "You love your daughter,
Dude.
you're a cold-hearted bitch." You
and
killed
the
her.
relationship between her and her dad is
I
so
might be
good
wrong
on the
now.
show. And
Sure.
like, there's just a lot of different things they tackle in the show, and it's really, and there's so many little things hidden. Like there's one part in season 3 where they're making fun of the guy that sang for Matchbox 20, Rob Thomas.
because
and-
he produced the
Well,
show.
but the producer's name is Rob Thomas, and they keep going, God, dude, Rob Thomas sucks. And it's just shots at the producer, and there's so many things. Anyway, Veronica Mars, top notch. What else is going on, you guys? Leanne, what would you like to talk about? You're a first-time guest on the Beacon House here. What's going on?
Hey.
You're going to hear this shit. You're going to be listening to this
Oh, I know.
on the way home.
Like,
You're
as soon as you put it out.
yeah. What's up? Tell us what's going on. How are
You
things
guys
in?
I watched Jack Ryan. You watched that?
I've not seen
on
Jack Ryan.
Amazon? Anybody?
I watched
Please,
the first
With
season.
Jim Halpert?
yeah.
Jim Halpert.
What? What? You know this, Jordan?
Are you watching?
All I know is that Jim Halpert is now Jack Ryan. Like that's
I know nothing.
And he's
And Jim
hot.
Halpert.
Like
He is
Aaron
very-
Rodgers
He is hot.
he's very hot.
All these hot guys. I got to Google all these hot guys when I leave here, which is weird for me, but I'm not afraid to do
You
it.
never watched
You know,
The
John
Office?
Krasinski.
I watched. Oh,
He was also in A Quiet Place. He was the dad. In A
I
Quiet
know
Place.
that guy,
That's
Yeah.
where the kid died, right?
Casey.
Yes.
Casey, could you push
The
him a little
worst.
further back
Yes.
from the table?
The 4-year-old child died a horrible death in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Are
It
you
was pretty
happy?
quick.
Fantastic.
That's what you get for playing with a spaceship, dummy.
Well, dude. It's not every day that we have a legitimate Nashvilleian on the show. Tell us how things are going. Nashville seems to be growing out of fucking control. Like everybody we talk to, it's just like as Butch Walker talks about it incessantly. Like just like every week they're tearing down like a historic building and putting 85 new condos up.
It's mixed emotions because, of course, you want a city to grow and
Thrive.
yeah, and all that. However, there's a blurry fine line of where it's too much. You're taking away things that are, reasons why people come to Nashville.
Yeah.
There was a big deal about saving a venue. They were a historic venue.
Is
They
it
were gonna-
Exit In? You talking about?
I think it was the end.
Okay. And there's also I know there's potentially going to tear Exit In down.
That would be.
The worst thing that could happen ever.
I mean, I don't even
Imagine-
have the words for that.
Me
one.
neither. It ruined me. It would absolutely fucking ruin me if they tore Exit In. I've seen so many things at Exit In. I've had so many, and I'm not even going to say, I'm not even exaggerating. I've had literal religious experiences in Exit In watching heroes of mine, like bring me to tears. Like I played at Exit In.
Yeah.
Fucking
We've
dude.
had our friends' bands play there
Yeah.
just this last week.
There's some kind of, I saw, man, I don't remember who it was, but you can get on Facebook and look it up. But there was some sort of a petition to stop them from tearing all that down. And it would probably take Cafe Coco away too, which is the cool 24-hour punk rock coffee shop right behind Exit In. Oh, dude.
That cool place across the street,
Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
It already closed.
It already closed.
I remember that.
It's
And that's where you met Butch Walker, Casey. Remember? You actually took a picture with him. And yeah.
It's still my favorite picture.
Yeah, so that whole little area there, and then if you were to get there early enough, this isn't the part of Nashville that's down where they call West End. It's near the Vanderbilt campus, and it's a little bit outside of downtown, and it's a little quieter, but it's a little grittier. Like
How would we get a gig there since you've played there before?
what would start with it, they have to not tear it down, and then
Right, assuming it's still standing.
we'd have to probably play with somebody in Nashville, like maybe the East Side Gamblers, who are
Yeah.
incredible and our friends.
now they haven't played there. They usually play at Mercy
Yeah,
or I think they've played at the Basement East.
yeah.
What if we open for Brad Paisley?
I mean, I love Brad Paisley. I would.
So do I.
So you don't like respecting yourself.
Well, your Thank You Scientist was there.
Yeah, they
We
played
saw
there
them.
very recently. They're about to go back on a fall tour too. But what a bunch of nice guys! Like, yeah, dude. Anyway, but so Nashville growing out of control. What else? What's the other?
Regarding that,
Yeah.
one of the weird pastimes for locals, because it's growing so much, is because the other big thing that's happening around there is rooftop bars. Everything's a rooftop bar, and
Yeah.
there's some of them are kind of honky tonks, and some of them are kind of like craft cocktails, swanky stuff. But if you go to a rooftop bar, if you just kind of like scan the skyline and count how many construction cranes are in the sky.
No shit.
They're part of the Nashville skyline now. There's
it really
so
that bad?
many.
God, dude.
It's unbelievable.
And do you know where does it chart in now in terms of like big cities? Is it population-wise? Is it already ahead of Atlanta or?
I don't know the numbers on that, but I know it's rivaling Atlanta,
Yeah.
especially with traffic. It's unbelievable.
I was going to say, how's the traffic? Because recently I talked to somebody. It might have been our buddy Mike D. Shout out Mike D. Who was talking about the difference in traffic between like Atlanta and L.A. He had gone out to L.A. to see David Davis. Shout out David Davis. And he said that the traffic is comparable in both places, except nobody in Atlanta knows how to fucking drive. He said if you go to LA, traffic's terrible, but they automatically like do the zipper, where they slow down and everybody just merges and they don't have a big jam, and it's they get used to it. So anyway, fucking alarm just went off. So
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, sorry about that. But so what do you think? How would you rank on from shitty to like not as shitty? How would you rank the Nashville traffic?
Moderately shitty.
Shitty.
For me, I'm used to it now. So when I come to Knoxville, it's like a break.
Bet.
I mean, when people tell me, "Oh, traffic in Knoxville is terrible," I'm like, "Man, this is a breeze. This is awesome."
Yeah, dude.
That horrifies
I don't
me to
think
hear.
there's a true rush hour in Nashville anymore. Like, it could be any time of the day, and you will be sitting on an interstate somewhere for
Jordan, what about you? What about out in
period
California?
of time.
It depends on where you're at. Going into and out of the Bay Area and anywhere inside the Bay Area, which is that was where I initially lived, is the East Bay Area, and then we moved to the Central Valley. It's just going to be god awful at any time. If you're trying to get into or out of the Bay Area, if you're trying to, you have to leave before 1:00, because by the time you get to the Altamont Pass and just the passes that get you through the mountains and into the Bay Area, it's going to take you hours. It has taken me 4 hours before to make an hour and a half drive home.
Jesus.
I remember when we initially moved out there, kind of rolling our eyes and laughing at our family in Knoxville, who would be like, "Oh yeah, the traffic is so bad. I was only doing like 30 on I-40." It's just like, that's cute. I haven't moved in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, with Nashville, how is the NFL draft being in Nashville?
I didn't even look in the direction of downtown Nashville. I live south of Nashville, and I didn't even face my body that way. Like, I avoided it as much as possible.
Dude, is that cool fucking arcade thing still near where you live?
Yes.
She lives near the coolest little thing. It's like a vintage video game arcade, and it's one of these places like Shauna and I went to one of these places up in New Jersey, but you pay like one fee and you've got like an hour. It's like $5 and all the games are free.
Oh, dude.
Oh, and it's incredible. And it's like old games, old pinball games. It's like, dude, and they have like console systems. So there's like every SNES, like everything you can think of. Like, it's pretty rad, man.
Oh, well, I'm going to digress on that.
Okay.
I went to Asheville a couple months ago, and they have the Pinball Museum
Which
there.
is incredible.
And it's kind of the same concept, and you pay like a one-time fee.
Yep.
And they have some pinball machines are just display, like you don't touch them, but the other ones, you've got old ones that don't have anything digital in it, and some that do. There's another room with like old arcade games.
Yeah.
And
I've been to it. I love it.
It's so cool. I don't know if there's a time limit because, I mean, we were there for... Nobody like kicked us out or anything.
Man, it's pretty cool. And the Asheville Pinball Museum has a thing where it tells you about all the pinball games. Like, it tells you the first one that ever talked, the first one that ever had like an actual voice box, which I think was called Gorgar, and it was like 83. But you get like a historic lesson of pinball games leading up to like the very first video games and stuff like that. But it's amazing. And the one in New Jersey is just like it. The one in Asbury Park, New Jersey is incredible. Kind of the same deal too, But anyway.
Have you watched the Dave Chappelle special, Sticks and Stones?
Are you kidding me? It's all I've been talking about. Like,
we haven't talked about it here yet.
We haven't talked about it on the podcast.
But
Let's get into it.
We all survived Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, I marked myself safe on Facebook from the because it apparently hurt so many people. I marked myself safe from it.
I loved, you guys kind of already talked about it before I saw it, but when he attacked the audience at the beginning,
Dude,
it was so good. Yeah.
And that wasn't even like my favorite part. Like, my favorite part was just, well, I'll tell you, this is how I perceived it. Okay, so it came out, and I just like Chappelle historically anyway. And I get that some people consider him offensive, and I get that I can't talk anybody out of that too. So that's a personal decision. I feel like being offended often is a personal decision, personally. But Anyway, I know some people get mad at Chappelle, and I've always been a fan. I watched it, and I was like, shit, this is really funny. And at first, I was like, man, this is kind of cruel, and like it's very insensitive, and it's totally not politically correct. And I was sort of like, at first, the shock value of it was kind of what I went away with, and I was thinking, like, God, man, he dropped a depth charge on the fucking audience, you know. But then I went back and watched it again. I put it on again. The second time, I was like, wait a minute. Comedically, the timing and just the way he brings the jokes back around full circle, and like there's a huge social awareness thing that happens in it too. It's brilliant. I think it's one of the probably top 3 most brilliant comedy specials I've ever seen. Like right up there with like Eddie Murphy's like Delirious or Raw, whichever one you like, or the best Richard Pryor, Carlin, or I mean it's in the top 5. It's got to be.
I did think it was funny, but the thing that I liked the most about it was like, whereas the vegan cat Joe Rogan one actually like had me in tears the whole time, this one got me there a few times, but I more admired the fact that he was saying something substantial because he knew that he had the power to, and people would listen if he did.
Right.
And still managed to make it funny on top of that. But I think it was kind of reverse engineered from, I'm going to do the depth charge because I can get away with it.
Sure.
Which was important, I thought.
Casey, why don't you tell everybody about the Rotten Tomatoes debacle?
Yeah, so Rotten Tomatoes let only 5 people, and apparently they did like progressive. Apparently that was the statement that some article uses. 5 progressive reviewers review it, and they all reviewed it 0, so it has a 0%. And then finally they opened it up to the audience, and it shot up to 99% score on Rotten Tomato for the audience.
Everybody that wasn't a fucking movie reviewer loved it.
Yep.
And it says something, and Rogan mentioned this too. It doesn't say who's right and who's wrong. Like if you feel offended by it or if you don't, it doesn't say necessarily who's right and who's wrong, because there isn't really an answer to that. If you find something offensive, then nobody's going to change your mind on that. But what it does say something about is the incredible divide between the perceived what's okay and what's not, and the reality of what most people that are watching actually think and feel. And it turns out that most people think it's okay to get tickled at things that might be sensitive topics. And that's been one of my big things the whole time, ever since we've had this podcast, is talking about how humor is a good way to sort of navigate those tricky waters. You know, like if we can all laugh together and talk together, then things are going to be okay. But when everybody's divided and when nothing's discussable and when everything's offensive and polarizing and blah, 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 that we're doomed. We're fucking doomed. But basically that Rotten Tomatoes thing, I think, showed how the reality of what's really going on is not what you're being told by social media. And I mean, you're being lied to about how people really feel about things.
Is it safe to say that Chappelle is our Pryor and Bill Burr is our Carlin?
Maybe. Bill, I think Burr has one coming out this week.
Tuesday, Paper Tiger.
Yeah, so that's going to be phenomenal too. I don't know. I don't know if they're different.
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
I don't think you can compare them. Carlin is so cerebral. I mean, just because it's a white guy, you know what I mean? You are a racist, Casey. You made a
what?
You're like, compare Burr to the white guy and compare it. I don't know.
You're right. Bill Burr's more Pryor. Dave Chappelle's more Carlin.
Honestly,
Yeah.
kind of. Because the Chappelle thing was a lot deeper, and Richard Pryor was more just like offensive, straight out. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's brilliance to all of them. What do you think, Leanne? What's your take on it?
Well, I haven't seen the special, but I think it's hard to compare those because I guess some styles are similar.
I just enjoy how, I don't know, Carlin made you think, and I feel like these two stand-ups are the ones that are, I don't know, I guess Aziz Ansari's new stand-up also made you kind of think, like when he calls out the crowd for believing anything that he says.
And
having
I like any of the specials that remind us how ridiculous we are and not to take ourselves too seriously. So anytime somebody gets into those waters, I'm like...
I love that stuff.
I laugh, but I go away with it feeling good, and I feel less...
Even if it offends you, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais said, and I'll always remember this, is offense is taken, not given. So it's up to you, you know.
That's 100% true. There's a big thing about...
And everybody might not agree to that, but I think that's, for me, that's true. Offense is taken, not given. I've been
absolutely.
around some pretty crude people.
Why are you pointing at me?
Her eyes went to Casey, and then she laughed.
To be fair, she did not point at Casey, but Casey wants to be one of the most offensive people. You want to be that guy, you butthole.
Come in my rag. Leave me alone.
Between, I was in the Marines for 5 years.
Right.
I have a lot of Marine friends. Between those guys and their humor, which I tried to watch it around certain
Tell us
people.
right now, is that the crudest bunch of people you've been around, or is there a cruder bunch? Musicians?
There's
nothing cruder than the Marines.
There's no line.
My father, who was in World War II, told me there's nothing on earth cruder and more savage than an American soldier.
My oldest brother, the Marine.
Is, there are no limits to it.
I love that.
And
I don't like limits
at all. I mean, things that I just wouldn't even get into here on this at all.
I get you.
But then between that and then the years I've been friends with our pals, I mean, there have been several
We're not exactly
things.
a bunch of nursery school teachers either,
So
I got it. Jordan, what do you have to say? How do you feel about the comedic landscape in 2019?
Well, I'm not really that much of a stand-up comedy person. I'll watch John Mulaney sometimes when I'm feeling sad, and that's basically it. But, I will say...
Didn't he do the thing about trying to get antidepressants? Was that John
and then
Mulaney?
it went up with a hand up his ass. Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. That's so good.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious. I love him, but...
So good.
I say this as somebody who has not seen the Dave Chappelle special, and this is just me kind of... I'm about to drop a fucking landmine here. But basically, the way Spencer first pitched it to me was it was designed to offend millennials. And I have to say...
Possibly a polarizing statement. I maybe didn't mean that.
The impression that I walked away with from that statement was if your gauge for how funny something is how much it hurts other people's feelings, you don't have as much of a sense of humor as you think you do.
And that's fair. That's totally fair.
I guess I don't have much of a sense of humor. Because I definitely looked at the articles and people were like, I'm offended. I was like, perfect.
Oh, shit. Well,
it wasn't really designed to attack millennials. It was designed to make anyone and everyone who gets offended over stupid, well, I won't say stupid shit, because some of the stuff, people do have struggles with how they feel and believe and other people judging them for it. But I will say that with his comedy special, it made it less about the hate that this country's been going through recently and more about how about we all just shut the hell up and be together as one and quit being so divisive about every little thing.
Sure. And the thing too, and that I totally, again, just like Joe Rogan says, I say a lot of shit I don't mean, we talk a lot of shit, but my whole point is that you can't confine it to one thing. I know a lot of people in my generation that are easily offended by everything, and some people that aren't at all. And I know a lot of millennials that have a very, very even sense of humor and they're not easily offended by things, and they see, So again, I get that. So, but I really think you should watch it, because even though I know you, Jordan, and you have a very cruel sense of humor.
I do. It's true. I'm a mean person.
I think you'll love it.
I might.
I kind of think you will too. But then again, I thought you would like The Dirt, and you did not enjoy The Dirt.
I hate The Dirt. It's such a stupid
Was
movie.
it the first 5 minutes? Because that's pretty.
I hated the
pretty.
entire movie, but the first 5 minutes were especially stupid.
She said something really funny about The Dirt. Shut up! I thought you liked The Dirt.
Yeah, I only watched
Casey, you play both sides of the
We
fence.
don't get to see anyone tear you down
fucking
ever.
cheater. You're a cheater. You play both sides of the fence. You cheater.
More fun for him.
Fucking. I will say this. Jordan said one really, really funny thing about The Dirt. I was like, how can you not like it? It's blah, blah, blah. It's got this. It's got sex and drugs and rock and roll and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, it's just a bunch. What is it you said? If I wanted to hear shitty music and heroin addicts, I would just
set up a beach chair outside the Shell station on the Strip.
Yeah. I mean,
And you're worried about Dave Chappelle offending you?
holy shit. There's nothing on his show that savage. Fuck. He's going to call you for lessons. But anyway, so yeah, offense humor. I don't know, whatever.
Honestly, I find it interesting that nowadays I get more truth from stand-up comedians than I do from news outlets. I get more of a real feeling of how people actually feel than this, polarizing, partisan, kind of one-sided argument.
What if it's not just these days? What if it's been all
I think it's
along?
been like that for a while, because Carlin also, people will tell me, they'll have some sort of disagreement with something like, oh, well, Carlin said, like, oh, he's a stand-up comedian, he doesn't matter. I was like, actually, he spoke a lot of truth to a lot of problems.
That's true. He had an intellectual basis. But now, guys, we're running a little bit long, and we actually need to wrap up. But can we all just agree that everybody just needs to be friends and get along?
Quit being such a bitch.
Yeah, my lord.
Oh.
Cum rag baby. Can we do a B-52 song about cum rags?
I'm going to stop this because Casey's going to keep talking. Thanks to Jordan Leanne.
Cum rag baby.
Cum t-shirt.
Come rag.
Oh my.